So today, we're diving into Toy Smash Kaboom. The publishers reached out to me, asked me to try out their game, and honestly, I had a ton of fun with it, so I figured you might enjoy it too. It's a brand new autobattler where you combine and craft the wildest toy army, then march them across the tabletop to battle your opponent's squad, in ridiculously fun cartoon brawls. It's physics driven, it's chaotic, and yeah, it's an absolute blast. But let's see what kind of chaotic toy army we can build today. Okay, so we're going to be jumping in with Dr. Hamster now. This hero is not available in the demo, but we also have Doll Chef unlocked. But for this one, we're going to be going with Dr. Hamster, who does start off with Little Hamster, as well as a hamster ball, and we're going to see what sort of craziness we can achieve with that today. So without further ado, let's jump in and see what sort of craziness we're going to get. So when we start, we have a shop, then training, then a lizard shop, and then we have a challenge opponent, which is going to be the PvP. So I'll explain how the game works as the game goes along. We have a shop, which we're going to have items, we're going to have storage, we're going to have some toys that do have weight limit. As you see in the top right corner, you see how much weight they're going to have. And we do have a weight limit, so we can't fill our whole inventory full of toys. This is going to be our HP, and this is going to be our inventory, and we spawn our friends up top. And this is just basically where we slot our friends. But the crazy thing is, we can actually craft these guys up. So if you right click on them, you can see what to craft up into. We got the Burning Mole, who can then evolve into Mole Specialist, as well as a hamster ball, turned into a gravity hamster ball into a freaking mega hamster ball. Every 18 seconds deals strong knockback to enemies, and applies stun and summons 2 hamsters. So definitely some craziness from there. So we can grab a Raging Rhino, who can then evolve into a Raging Rhino, who then can evolve into a crazy looking B.A.N.D.I.T. Now, this B.A.N.D.I.T is going to have a lot of items we do need to craft up, but this could be a huge win con for us. Okay, so enough talking about what we can actually build up. Let's start off by grabbing a bit of storage. We only got 12 golds. I'm going to take the Raging Rhino. So with the Rhino, we got at the start of battle gain 30 stacks of shield for each type of shield item at the diamond slots. Every 1 second converts itself 1 stacks of electrified into 1 stacks of haste. Armor gain 30% extra shield but cannot be healed. So we want to avoid heals, we want to focus on shields. So we got an icicle, which can craft up into an ice shield, given a bunch of thorns. We also got Sunshine, which I'm going to be taking because that's going to heal our friends. Except it won't heal our Raging Rhino. And we can also reroll being in this top position. We also got a Bloom Bear, which I'm not as interested in it. If you go with hamsters, because a hamster ball just summons little dudes with very little life, they're going to get murdered. Do we want to grab thorns? You know what? Let's reroll. Let's reroll, see what we can get. We got a wooden sword. We also got a gingerbread kid. And we also got some heals. And a slingshot. Every 4 seconds deal 2 damage, double at the flying units. We got a weird egg, which grants 1 stack of bubble at the start of battle. And bubble is going to be block 1 instance of any damage. Now we can craft this up into a dark cookie. If there are 2 food items at the diamond side, every 1 second converts 1 stack of burn into 1 stack of heal. So you actually become a weighted item as well. We can also grab the wooden sword. Wooden sword on attack, 25% chance to gain 3 stacks rage. I'm going to take that and apply it to a Rhino. Might as well grab the slingshot for a little bit of extra damage as well. Okay, so let's move on to the trainer round. Now this is going to be more like a free battle to get some extra gold so we can buy some extra units before we face a PvP round. But anyway, we've got our little hamster moving forward. This is going to be a Raging Rhino, and this is why I thought this game was going to be looking awesome. Our units marching across the tabletop is hella fun. Our Rhino doing some big damage, just keep hitting him. Come on, Rhino. Keep knocking it back. Pick out the block warrior. Now, if we get to the end of it, it's going to knock him off the table. Holy moly, see it go flying. That's kind of crazy. But now we get to take out the actual enemy as well. Yeah, so it should be awesome. With that, we get a bunch of golds, and we move on to the lizard shop. And we got this item right here, which we can use it to give us slots, food item, buffs, or shields. We can pick whichever we want. I'd like to grab slots, but I also want to grab shields for a Rhino, so I'm going to take a shield. Now in Craft Upper Jack, when an ally dies, gain 20 stacks of shields. On attack, apply 1 stack of magic vulnerability for each type of paper at the diamond item. We can also craft up an acrobatic hamster. On attack, applies 2 stacks of burn. Upon death, throws a bomb at the furthest enemy, applying 6 stacks of burn. But we also got piggy banks, earn 2 extra golds after completing PvP matches. We've got a little lightning we can craft up into a lightning slingshot. which then every 4 seconds deals 3 damage. Double damage flying units with a 15% chance to trigger lightning. Applies 1 slow. For each type of wind, cooldown speed is decreased by 50%, I'm assuming. Should we grab it? I think we do. We do a first combine. That's so much storage. Let's get nuts. I do want to grab our shields. I'm not going to craft you up though. And I'm going to reroll trying to find some storage. Oh, we got another shield. I do want to grab the shield. Now we can also craft up the Burning Ball. At battle start, borrow forward every 9 seconds, gain 3 stacks of bravery. Increases knockback power by 10%, lose 1 stack every 3 seconds. How about we grab another shield? We need a lot of storage though. So if we refresh again, we're going to get another shield item in this spot. So we can actually lock that. And we can also lock this as well. We also got a new enemy or new ally, which is a racer little brother. But should we actually take this out and apply shield? You're going to get 30 stacks of shields. You're also going to get 25 stacks of shields. Versus having 4 seconds. Yeah, I'm going to go with this. So we're going to shield a rhino for an insane amounts. Along with our little hamster. Now we're taking on our first battle. We're facing an actual player right now. Now look at this dude sliding his way like a little slug across the table. But the shield is going to be nice. It's going to allow our rhino to live a little bit longer. There was a hamster ball, opponent's hamster ball as well. They could end up with a huge amount of hamsters if they actually change this item around and target their hamster ball. Because every time it summons, it could summon another hamster. Right, there goes the hamster ball again. Our rhino putting in a lot of work. The shield is slowly running out, but we're getting our hamsters in as well. Holy moly, did you see the hamster go flying? There goes another one. Double damage is on. So when I get to a certain time, double damage is going to be on. So make our way forward. Come on, take him out. Shouldn't be too long. Now, once it gets to certain points, we are actually going to get hit with fatigue as well, which means we're going to start both taking damage as well. Well, hell yeah. Managed to win our first fight. We do need to get 10 victories to win out. Now, round 2, we're going to get a shop and then a challenge opponent. So it's going to be relatively fast round 2. And so we saved the shop. So we can grab even more block. Are we going all in on shields? It's probably not the smartest idea. We can grab another lightning bolts, which I'm going to be down for. Let's reroll. We could have grabbed the little Thai soldier. Now we can also craft up a popcorn, which gains 25 max HP. Every 12 seconds tosses popcorn, granting 2 stacks of enlarge. Increases size by 5% per stack, but lose 1 stack every 3 seconds, which would be kind of fun on a raging rhino also. So I'm not going to take any of these. We could take the marble, not as interested. Let's reroll, let's see what we can get. Okay, we can craft up a hero sword, which gains 2 stacks of rage, which I'm down for. So let's add this in. Let's combine you up. Now you take 3 slots right now instead of 2, which is a bit of a problem. We also got a little bit more storage, which is basically like a fanny pack. Items placed inside gain 10% cooldown. Do we want the rubber door? Blocks enemies, knocks them back. We also got heals with the hard card. We want our lightning slingshot. I do like the rage because the rage is going to increase our damage. It does give scaling damage, which I do like quite a bit. Except we're not going to have as much block on our rhino. And we can also do something like this. And I'm hoping that every time the hamster ball summons, that hamster is going to have some block. So let's go to move on, take on our next fight. We got some eraser to slug dude again. We got our little lightning put in some work for us. So spells are going to be super important as well. But there goes our rhino, stacking up its rage, increases its damage. It should be incredible. And there goes a hamster ball. Yeah, that little hamster is 25 shields. So that's actually kind of a nice way to get a super tanky little army. And we're going to have no problem this raging rhino putting it. Holy moly! Every time I see it flying off, it's kind of crazy. And that hamster landed immediately on the enemy. But not too much of a problem. Oh yeah, we got our second victory, only 8 more to go. And this round is a little bit longer. We got a random shop, training shop, and then challenge opponents. But we do have a choice to make right now. Should we go weapon shop? Should we go summon shop? Or magic shop? Well, I'm kind of looking for a raging rhino, so I'm going to go to the summon shop. Hell yeah, we got him. We're definitely going to craft you up. You take a lot more space. But you're going to get 80 stacks of shield for each shield at diamond item. Now for every 1 second converts self stacks of electrified, so we want to self-inflict electrified somehow. We also got this dude, the flying kangaroo. On first attack, leap forward. Every 1 second convert 1 stacks of electrified per stack of haste. At the battle start, someone gains 50 stacks of shield. Well, doesn't that sound incredible to the whole situation? We also got a mini copter. I'm gonna reroll though. See if we can get something else. Now we're actually gonna be looking for these items. So we need this item, so we need to keep an eye out for these. As well as the kangaroo, which... Okay, so it only needs 2 of these. So not too bad. So I don't exactly want any of these other items, so I'm gonna keep rerolling. We got ourselves that kangaroo. Let's go ahead and combine up. The problem is, we're just barely under the limit. If you go over that limit, we get punished pretty hard. So with you right now, on first attack, leap forward. At battle start, someone gains 80 stacks of shields. Armor gain 30% shield, but cannot be healed. But we can't reroll anymore. So with that, let's move on to the train and get some extra monies. It's kind of like a free round to just get some extra monies and go to the shop again. So you can keep building up your team. But holy moly, this Raging Rhino has 240 shields. And look, I'm going. Stacking up the damage as well with the Rage. We got some scaling damage. Lots of defenses. So it's looking pretty good. Maybe. These note warriors are actually putting in a lot of work. When I say a lot of work, I don't think it's going to be close whatsoever. A kangaroo doing little jumps. Now go. Make your way across. Now, if your opponent does have ranged spells and ranged weapons, we could be in trouble with melee units. Double damage is on. One big smack. 48 damage from that rhino. Holy moly. But that was big damage. Definitely some big damage. So we can grab a balloon, which will give us hero limit. We can also grab speed zone. Now this isn't going to speed up our rhino's moving. It's just going to give cooldown to our lightning, which I'm happy enough about. I'm going to reroll looking for slots most of all. Hell yeah, we actually got some. And I do want to put this in also. Now I don't exactly want any of these items. We could go for that TNT. So I'm just going to roll again. And we actually got another item. I mean, we're only going to need Captain Panda, who is an epic item. So maybe that can be pretty difficult to get. Now you take up 3 weight, so we're not going to be able to put you in anyway. Item cooldown speed. Another hero limit we're going to have to grab. Also. I'm just going to add these in. And we are going to combine that. So now we got 3 limits. Which means we can fit it in, we just need more storage. We're lacking on a lot of storage right now. And yeah, there's no point really re-rolling. We'll take you to the next shop. We'll take on the next enemy. Kind of Raging Rhino. We know first. Now with our lightning slingshot, you trigger every 2.5 seconds, dealing 3 damage. And this is going to be the ranged enemies. A bunch of pea shooters. So our units have to get there. Which our kangaroo is taking pretty much half the HP. Who has jumped all the way to the back line. Which is crazy. And he knocked him straight off the table. Giving us our rhino time to run up. While just smack him in the back. And now our kangaroo's just hitting the enemy. Well, this rhino putting in a lot of work for us. As our little lightning balls do little bits of chip damage as well. So hell yeah, we got his 3rd victory. Only 7 more to go in this round. It's going to be a short round with another shop. And another PvP round. So we grab more weight limit. We do want to grab this though. I'm going to roll because I just want to find some storage. We do get some storage. Every 3 triggers from an item inside launches a magic orb. Another speed zone. Well, we're going to say goodbye to our hamster ball. And our hamster. And we're going to take the storage. So at least we have our weight limit. We're going to have a ranged unit now being a steel beetle. So we're just at the limit. And we're going to take these items out. So we still have a rage on our rhino. And we're not going to have haste on our spells right now. Well, every 3 triggers on them, they're going to deal a little bit of extra damage. But this is our back unit, our steel beetle. Which we could actually place in the front. Kind of block some damage. Now our opponent does have a rhino as well with the Nameless Knight. And they're making their way towards us. Knocking us back. We're dealing our damage. And do you see that guy fly up the screen? I went absolutely flying. And this kangaroo gets some crazy ground. So, yeah, this is definitely looking like it's going to be in our favor. Our team is just looking really, really awesome so far. And smashing. We got a 4th victory. We're getting there pretty quickly. Now another shop and another challenge opponents. And let's see if we can grab ourselves some awesomeness. We can craft up a Torn Shields and Ice Shields. Summon gains 50 stacks of shields. When hit, has a 25% chance to gain 2 stacks of Torn. Hell yeah, I'm going to be taking them. Now, please don't take more storage. Hell yeah. We can also grab a Meteor, which we can craft up into some sort of wands. When star melee attacks, summons a Meteor, 2 stacks of burns, ranged attacks a 25% chance to trigger, which is kind of nice. But I gotta reroll these. I just want more storage. You're gonna be weight limit. Hero weight limit for storage. Yeah, that's crazy good. Crazy good. And we could also take another Steel Beetle, which I'm kind of down for. But we're gonna take another Magic Zone. We're gonna take another Magic Zone because I'm gonna move this up. So we should be able to do a little bit more chip damage from this as well. But this Rhino's going to have crazy shield from 50 to 25, as well as a bunch of stacking Torns. We can also add this in. We can craft up that popcorn once again to get stacks of enlarged to get massive, massive enemies. And you know what? Let's place our friend in the front to see if he'll block some damage. I'm going to waste 1 gold reroll. See what we can get. We can get some hero limit. We probably do need to grab that with a bit more storage. But you know what? Let's not take him. Let's move on to our next opponents, and we'll see. I'm hoping that this shield can block a lot of damage. So bring in the front, trying to block that range damage. Later units, holy moly, that kangaroo gets to the back line incredibly fast. Now Rhino has almost 400 shields, which is kind of crazy, and he just knocked 2 enemies off the freaking tabletop. And now our kangaroo's just taking all the damage while the Rhino moves forward. Our shieldy friend, he's after being taken out, it's Steel Beetle. It might just be better to place in the back line. But it does give us time for melee units to move forward. And there goes the Rhino. Dealing some big damage. And awesome. We got a shop, we got training, a lizard shop, and a challenge shop. So the lizard shop is going to allow us to look for weapons, summons, other things like that. Now again, let's craft up another spiky shield. And we did say we wanted a Steel Beetle. So I'm going to take it. Let's reroll again. We do get a pumpkin. We also got a recycling bottle, which does give us 2 to our weight limit, but it is massive. Another kangaroo. Let's roll once again though. It keeps giving us Steel Beetles. But you being on sale for 2, I'm going to grab along with another Magic Zone. And I wish I could add you in, but it's just a little bit too heavy. So on towards training. Now, with the training, it's kind of like a free fight. So we're going to be taking on these Note Warriors once again. They do have a trap down that is going to knock back our enemies, or our units. But can we keep up? Because their spells do lots of little chip damage as well, which is really, really awesome for a little bit of sword. And you can actually go for a full-on magic build, I'm assuming. I think it could be a lot of fun. But that was crazy, send a flying. But I think going for this Raging Rhino, huge tanky dude with lots and lots of Torn stacking is going to be insanely fun as well. And Torns doesn't seem to disappear. A kangaroo definitely has way more Torns because it took a lot more damage. But not too bad. 14 golds. It's a lot of value. Now we've got a surprise gift box. We can get some paper. We can get wind and thunder. We can get fire. I kind of want to get some self-electric, but I really do need storage. And you give us a bubble, which blocks 1 instant damage. I do like it. Let's take our Magic Zone. And unfortunately, we can't place that in. But let's also take our blue. So we can put bubble on a Rhino. And we can actually place this in now. We should be in the weight limit. But should we place this in the back line? Let's got a little crocodile on attack, remove 2 stacks of buffs. So we can have a unit. Or we can have this unit just steal our opponent's buffs. We also got a big old banana, which every 4 seconds restore HP. How about we roll, because we're going to get some extra storage in this spot. I was really hoping for another hero limit. Let's go and grab this storage. Should we waste one gold rolling or should we move? I think we roll again. And we got a glowing crown at the battle start, gain 120 stacks of shield, which can craft up into a magic lamp. Upon that, apply 5 stacks of haste to random allies. Summon and start gains 4 stacks of haste and 1 stack of bubble. So it's kind of nice. If we had taken this crocodile, we could craft up a crocodile loafer. On attack, steals 2 buffs. On battle start, gain 2 stacks of enlarge for each type of food item. So if we take the scooter, we can craft up flying shoes, which basically give the effect of the kangaroo, which makes me kind of want to take him. We also grab more hero limit, which I'm also down for as well. But I don't think we're going to take the scooter. I think we move on. We move on to our next PvP fight, and we'll see how we get on. Now our opponent also has a raging rhino. Then we have the kangaroo, as well as a gravity hamster ball. Now they're way over limit. As you can see, they're getting all these debuffs on them. We should be able to deal massive damage to them. Now, except our kangaroo is getting forward. They do have tons of shields to prevent a lot of damage. But their kangaroo is putting in a lot of work to our steel beetle. So we need to move forward. We need to take them out before they can take us out. Now our steel beetle in the back line is putting in a lot of work for us. But our rhino and kangaroo has made it forward. We're dealing the big damage. Our backline is keeping us healthy. And smashing. They didn't even get one hit off us. We're halfway there. Well, actually over halfway there. Another quick round, just a shot and a challenge opponents once again. And we'll see. Okay, we got another balloon. Which might as well craft up. Now gingerbread kid, speed zone. I'm gonna waste some gold roll. Piggy bank, rubber door, mini helicopter, balloon bear. Not exactly what we want. We did get a pumpkin, which every 10 seconds deals 25 damage with a 50% chance to stun. And we craft up a pumpkin cannon. On attack, 50% chance to stun the target. The summon will be thrown. The heavier it is, the shorter the distance. So we can actually throw a rhino, which is kind of funny. If we had more storage, more weight limit, I mean. I'm going to keep wasting gold rolling though. We do get a scooter, we also got hero limit. I'm going to be taking that in a heartbeat. We can take a bamboo copter, which gives us 5 stacks of haste. Increase attack speed and movement speed. But I kind of want to take our scooter. Waste a lot of gold rolling. But let's get moving once again. Another PvP fight. A lot of freaking units our opponent is going to summon. They have a TNT hamster. Now our kangaroo has jumped forward really, really far. Kind of splitting up the tension of all the damage. Just in the back line taking all the damage. But can we move forward? Because the rhino is stacking up spikes, they're stacking up rage. Lots of skilling damage on it. But by the time the rhino gets forward, it's going to lose a lot of stacks of rage. And the kangaroo's done a great job at just tanking all the damage. Letting the rhino get in there full HP with crazy shields. And just smash them out. And it's just going to potentially one-hit everything now, hopefully. Off the table. Off the table. Come on, move forward. Still 100 shields. It's a crazy absurd amount of little hamsters. We could actually be in trouble here. Now fatigue is starting to set in. Come on, you need to move forward. Pick out the little hamster hole before more little hamsters come out. Just send them flying right now. Come on, you can move forward. We're both taking fatigue damage. But our little chip damage from lightning is doing a lot of work for us. And smashing. Our rhino couldn't break through that time. But we only got three more runs to go. We got a shop, another challenge opponent. I'm really hoping we can find ourselves like Captain Panda. I'm gonna take this. Should we grab that storage? Should we grab a piggy bank? How about we roll again? There was a snowball, which I'm not sure what it actually did. Every 5 seconds, release one lightning strike dealing 8 damage. 25% chance to apply 3 electrified. So we can take this and we can apply it to ourselves. But it is more chip damage. Should we take it? It is 8 gold. Or you know what? Let's reroll. Let's see if we can find this freaking Captain Panda. We could just take another little island. Which I'm down for. Let's waste our gold. And see, we can actually craft up that scooter, which hell yeah, I'm gonna be down for. Now this is gonna send our friend crazily forward. We can also craft up the lightning cannon. When a melee attack, when a melee at start attacks, triggers a lightning strike that deals 2 damage. And has a 25% chance to apply 3 stacks electrified. Range attacks trigger 30%. So it's better on a range attack by the looks of it. No, definitely not. I read it wrong. 30% chance on a melee or on a range attacker. Now our flying shoe is going to just leap our rhino forward, which is amazing. So we can send our dudes to the back line, which could be problematic actually. Well, let's go and see if this is going to be crazy or bad or good. So there's our 2 steel beetles. There goes our rhino and kangaroo. Going forward. And we got sent back by the eraser little brother. But our opponent does have a crazy little mega hamster ball, which just applied strong knockback. So we could actually lose out by sending our units off the table. When there goes that little hamster off the flying off the table. Let's go forward. The sheer number of hamsters are going to be sending out. But our rhino's slowly making it forward. Come on, you can do it. Double damage is on. Keep running forward. These shields are looking pretty strong. But there goes all the hamsters. All you gotta do is make it forward now. Go on, Rhino. We've got stacking damage with rage. We've got stacking thorns, which is more damage as well. So it's not too bad. Oh yeah, we've only literally got 2 more rounds to win. We got a random shop, training, shop, challenge opponent. The random shop, I really want to go for summon shop to try and find this Captain Panda. Can we? Okay, we found it. We found it. How are we going to craft this up? There we go. We're making the ultimate unit. Holy moly, you're crazy looking. So at battle start, you're going to deal 50 damage to all enemy units. Knocking them up vertically, inflicting 3 seconds stun. Every 1 second converts 1 stack of electrified into stack of haste. When attacked, a 50% chance to gain 4 shields. 50% chance to gain 4 stacks of shield is crazy. At battle start, this summon additionally gains 25% of the shield. So we definitely want to add in another Raging Rhino. If you can find it. We can also add in Nameless Knight or the Swordsman. I think I reroll. Can we find a Raging Rhino? We did get a gotcha machine. When an enemy dies, it's added to the gotcha machine. Every 20 seconds, summon a random unit and lose some HP. So we can use our enemy's units, which is kind of interesting. We can get our Toy Soldier. But let's reroll again. Minicopter. So we didn't exactly get the units I did want to get. So should we take our little eraser little brother? We do 2 damage. We do 0 damage. How about we sell this little sunshine? We sell it, we take the Toy car. We take the Toy car so you could potentially apply a lot of knockback. So I'm happy enough with this. You're going to get a ton of shields. You're going to get a ton of shields as well. Let's move on and let's see how our big bandit is going to do. There goes our little Toy car. And our little steel beetle in front. With a lot of shields. Blocking a lot of damage. And here comes your unit. Holy moly, you sent it immediately off the table. Now you only got 120 shields, which is not too crazy. But you're doing some craziness. You're massive as well. So I don't think we're going to have too much trouble winning out because we got a crazy looking Toy. Definitely the ultimate crazy looking Toy. We knocked him off the table. There goes our car. Flying off the screen. Double damage is on. And not too bad. Got 19 goals. And let's see what we can do from here. So we got the Heavy Rain. Every 12 seconds summons Heavy Rain lasting 5 seconds. Deal 2 damage, removing 1 stacks of burning from both sides. For each type of water, Heavy Rain range. At battle start, grants 4 stacks of rage. We can craft up into something like a Rage Fist. Every 8 seconds, someone gets 3 stacks of rage. I do like that quite a bit. Every 8 seconds, gains 4 stacks of rage and 2 stacks of enlarge. I'm gonna take that. Now, I'm gonna reroll. And we can actually craft it up pretty much immediately. Let's grab a Stridge. Let's craft this up. So with that, we're going to be applying a summon a rage to our big panda. We can get a meteor on sale, which I'm down for. I'm also thinking about grabbing Magic Zone, but I want to roll looking for another Raging Rhino if possible. Battle start, gain 20 stacks of heal. And we can eventually craft up an Ice Cream. Gain 20 stacks of heal and 5 stacks of haste. That's not bad. Let's go at the drum. When a summon is attacked, 51% chance to gain 2 stacks of enlarge. So we can try to make our bandit massive. But let's go with the rage for now. We can also craft it up into a spicy chili every 12 seconds. Someone gains 5 stacks of rage and 3 stacks of burn. I don't really want to be applying burn to our unit. To take a little bit of damage. Seems counterintuitive to the shields. The question is, do we want the drum? 2 stacks of enlarge. 15% chance though. But if we get another drum, we can get even more rage. I'm kind of down for him, but should we take out our lightning for him? Is this going to be better? I'm not sure if it's going to be better yet, but doesn't it sound kind of amazing? I think we chance it out. We try it out, we see what it's going to be like. We roll on, we could need our little lightning sports. But we'll see, there goes our little steel beetle, there goes our car, setting off on his journey. And our opponent does have some pencils, some rubber doors, lots of little pea shooters. And we'll see, there goes our big bandit. Deal massive damage. Taking out the units. And just walking forward. There goes a big attack. 67 damage. Now, you are pretty slow once you do attack. So it does take you forever to get there. But you just open it up, dealing crazy damage off the rip. It's definitely worth it. And we didn't get any stacks from large, because he just entered the battle and smashed everything. We've only got one more victory to go. On round 10, a shop and a challenge bonus. So let's see what we get from this. A copier, paper bills, multicasting. It sounds like a lot of fun as well. We can grab a recycling bottle. We can grab speed zone, which I'm down for. Let's keep rerolling. Okay, we got a rhino. Can we craft up another raging rhino? That's his dream anyway. That's the dream, so I'm going to roll to try and find if we can get there. We got another Captain Panda. So at battle start, someone gains extra 25% shields. So do we sell our card to take Captain Panda? Along with Little Lightning. I do actually kind of like it. Also, I realized we could have crafted this up into this, which would have made way more sense. For sure. So if we place that in, combine this up, you're going to take a lot more storage. But we have way more storage. That's also that drum. We could have crafted up to get crazy large. But I don't want to lose all our lightning. I actually want to keep our rhino in as well. And if we win, this is going to be our final builds. Could craft up the ultimate bandit tie that literally took 4 crazy ties to craft up. To just summon in with a big aura and just smash everything. It's a lot of fun. Higher balloon, giving us a ton of hero limit as well. And yeah, let's go ahead and see if this is going to be good enough. Round 10 begins. We're facing a lot of summons. Some pea shooters. Some plants. Okay, we got a crazy block warrior. Which is kind of interesting. There goes our Captain Panda making his way forward. There goes our big beefy unit and all their units are gone. And yeah, we should be able to just walk forward right now. Just walk forward. We're going to get hit by the tramp, send us back, but it's not going to be close. Definitely not. This bandit is crazy overpowered. But it looks so. Now, it does take forever to summon out, and we didn't get as much shields as the Raging Rhino. And the Rhino actually takes out the enemy. But hey, we did manage to win out. Did manage to get our 10 victories. Our bandit dealt 453 damage. So overall, some awesomeness for sure. We did end up with 5 lives left. We were ranked up to Novice 2. And but yeah, I'm going to leave it here for now. Let me know down below in the comments or leave a like if you'd like to see more of this game. I really do enjoy it and I think it is really, really fun. But who knows, maybe you go for some other crazy builds. Maybe you try to go for pea shooters, maybe go all in hamsters in the next one. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope it's going to go for the next one. I'll see you next time.